Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. My voice is almost already gone. We just witnessed a very close match between the Crusaders and the Western Force, and the big moment in this match came in the 80th minute when Jordan Olawafela for the Western Force was able to score the try. That cancels out the bonus point for the Crusaders, so they will receive the 4 points for this match rather than the 5, and that could be a huge point heading into the next round of the competition, and also for whether or not they will be able to make it to the final. But the Crusaders try scorers in this match, Manasa Mataele, Will Jordan was able to pick up 2. Both those two men had a try disallowed. Fetal Kamakama Douglas, also Sione Avili. They were the other 2 try scorers for the Crusaders. Then the Western Force in the 3rd minute, Tony Pulu was able to score. Oli Callan, on his starting debut was able to pick up the try. And of course, Jordan Olawafela in the final minute. But we have got Smithy in the chat. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. And at this stage, we are only going to be half an hour away from the next match taking place, which is going to be the Blues versus the Reds. So I am quickly going to be running through some stats for you guys all about this match. Didn't have any yellow cards in this one, which would have probably been a happy sight for the Crusaders, seeing as the last match they ended up with 3 in the final half of the match. But at this stage, the 47th minute, other than that final try from Jordan Olawafela, was the last try that we got to see. And it was one of those weird situations how they were just tries raining in that first half. There were tries getting disallowed all over the place. I know Tamaiti Williams had one that he wasn't quite able to get down and have control of. Then there was also the Will Jordan try, a forward pass for the Western Force. One of their tries ended up getting disallowed as well. Also, there was the one of Manasa Mataele. A lot of disallowed tries in this match. And in the end, the Crusaders scoring 5, the Western Force scoring 3. So with that, it means that the Crusaders, I will show the table before this match took place, but at this stage, the Crusaders, they will move into first place. They have had an extra game played, but they will have 19 points. Sorry, they will have 18 points. So that means they're only 3 points ahead of first and second, the Blues and the Hurricanes, and the Blues are playing very soon as well. In this one, Western Force overall, more defenders beaten, more offloads, almost more meters carried, but not quite 300 for the Crusaders. And it was just a very back and forth match. We have got Milo and also Nathan in the chat. Welcome both of you to this post-match review live stream. So at this stage, only the 8 points difference. The Western Force, they'll be slightly gutted to have not been able to get to the stage of getting that bonus point. But for being within 7, I'm hardly able to talk at the moment. Farrella Brown has said hi as well. Welcome into the live stream. And at the stage, 158 tackles the Crusaders had to make to the 110 of the Western Force. So the Western Force, they had them under pressure, but the Crusaders' defence was very solid. And in the end, they had about 3 times that it went to 15 or more phases for the Western Force carrying the ball, but they just weren't quite able to break through. And then when they did look back, and it was a disallowed try because they scored on the 20th phase, I believe. Got to go by as well, says Milo. We will see you later, mate. But in this one, Will Jordan carrying 105 metres in this one. 2 defenders beaten, 2 clean breaks, 2 tries. Very impressive from that man. Then also it was David Arvili with 55 metres carried, 5 defenders beaten. So he did very nicely as well. Then for the Western Force, we look at Tony Pulu. He had 51 metres carried, 1 try, 3 defenders beaten. That was all happening. But then he ended up getting injured. It was an ankle injury, I believe, and his leg was in a big brace when they did show him on the sideline. That was when Jordan Olawafela came onto the field, probably a lot sooner than he did expect. But from there, he was able to have a decent performance. Lee Warner, once again, 15 carries. That man just gets the ball for fun at this stage. He had 39 heading into this match, 15 more in this one. 4 defenders beaten as well. Was very impressive. Lax Axel was in the chat and said, Yowza, welcome into the live stream, mate. And at this stage, Sione Avili, 15 tackles. Havili, the other Havili, that is David Havili, 13 tackles with 2 turnovers, 1. 13 for Fetal Kamakama Douglas, 12 Taylor, 11 Sanders, and 11 Alatoa. And Cullen Grace ended up going off at halftime with an injury, which was very unfortunate in that regard as well. Cullen had 12 tackles. He had a very busy game for his starting debut. Very impressive from that man, and hopefully we do get to see him next week as well. And I think we will, because Tim Anstey ended up coming on the field, but then coming straight back off with, I think it was a thumb or an arm injury of some sort, which didn't look too good for him indeed. Kane Koteka and also Fergus Lee Warner, 11 tackles each, alongside Kyle Goldwyn. So, yeah, it's one of those ones. He was sitting 6th for the tackles made. Fergus Lee Warner, he will be moving himself up there a little bit more now. But, yeah, it was a very entertaining game to watch. And every moment that you thought maybe there was going to be a little bit of a turn in the momentum, it would just be taken straight back. The Crusaders overall, they did what the Crusaders do. They were able to kind of pick where the game was going, but then the Western Force were well and truly just pouring the pressure on them inside of the Crusaders 22, but the Crusaders very strong in defence as well, giving away a few penalties. I'm not sure how many it was, but in the end, there was the last warning. They gave away 14 penalties in the end, but luckily for them, no one ended up going to the bin after that, but 12 against the Western Force as well. So there were plenty in this match with a total of 26. And the possession in the end, 61% went to the Western Force. Tamaiti Williams is a big bubba, has a big future too as well, says Lax Axel. Yeah, he was very close to scoring twice in this match, but then in the end, he was on the arm of Fetu Kamakama Douglas, helped him over the line for his try, and yeah, didn't quite get over the line himself, but yeah, a few players who played well in this match. I'd say the likes of Sione Avili and Fetu Kamakama Douglas both did very well. Also, Sanders, when he came off the bench, had a bit of an impact after the injury of Cullen Grace. Mata Ali, his hands kind of left him in the second, or maybe about 10 minutes into the second half, and unfortunately ended up dropping that ball just a few too many times and ended up coming off the field for Josh Mackay. Cody Taylor, a little bit of a quieter game for him, but also I'd say Fergus Burke did pretty well in the number 10 jersey for myself, and we have got Mr. Mellon. Hello again, welcome to the live stream. And Millie is still at the game as well. So yeah, hopefully it was a decent crowd, and that's the thing. There'll be a lot of disappointed Crusaders supporters at the moment because they needed that bonus point to be able to possibly make it to the final. There's still a chance, but they're going to have to tell the Reds that they need a big win over the Blues to try and get that points differential down, because or else it could be possibly a Blues versus Hurricanes final. But nonetheless, I think that is almost going to be the end of this post-match review. It's been a very quick one, only sitting at about 7 minutes, but we have got another match to prepare for is what I was trying to say. It is going to be the Reds versus the Blues, Suncourt Stadium, 25 minutes time. And yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in for that one as well. But nonetheless, I think that is going to be the end. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all extremely soon for the Reds versus Blues match. Going to be a big one, going to be an exciting one. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.